Good day, everyone, and welcome. I'm Mikey with two E's. I'm also known as Metro Mikey. The two E's in my name stand for the environment and everyone, the two things that I care about most. I'm broadcasting with renewable energy here from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. For those who I've not friended yet, I'm a business and sustainability coach, founder of an aerial arts dance studio, a fitness trainer, and the proud owner of a sustainable salon where I specialize in eco-friendly and platinum and blonding services. Today, I also have the honor of being one of your hosts and MCs for our Green Beauty Community Live productions. If you're watching from home or work, please drop your name and where you're tuning in from in the chat. And at any point, feel free to ask questions, make a comment, or share a concern in our audience chat. We love keeping you all updated. So here are just a few quick announcements before we jump into today's broadcast with Plaine Products. So this is our last webinar of the year. Thank you for joining us for all the previous episodes and this one. We are planning to continue these bi-monthly webinars in 2025 to continue spreading awareness and growing these conversations between clean, green, and sustainable beauty. We also love showcasing the powerhouses that are sharing that, but we'd love to hear from you on this. What kind of businesses would you like to hear from? Would you like to talk about packaging, supply chain, beauty brands, legislation in your area or across the federal government? If you have any comments about that, please type them in the chat here, or if you're watching live or not live, but in a replay, feel free to leave a comment on Instagram or LinkedIn, wherever you're catching it. We love keeping in touch, so we're looking forward to sharing with you in our Sustainable Beauty Insider newsletter. And this shares beauty news, upcoming events, and new possibilities for the new year. So make sure you're subscribed to that. And if you do, open those emails and figure out what we're doing. And as always, I'd like to help you with your yearly or quarterly taxes by reminding you that we are an official nonprofit organization. So please consider donating to the Green Beauty Community Foundation, where we champion sustainability in the beauty industry by bringing immense value to platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and broadcasting these insanely helpful live webinars with lifetime replays. Before we start, I always like to remind everyone our mission is to make the planet a better place by empowering our community, which is you all, and promoting innovative, sustainable practices. We're committed to using eco-friendly materials and policies, reducing our environmental impact, and fostering a culture of responsibility and positive change every day. So that took me a little bit longer than normal to get through, but we made it, and here we are with Plaine Products. I'm going to pass it over to Lindsey. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your part in Plaine and how you became involved.
Hi, well, thank you so much for having me. I am the co-founder and CEO of Plaine Products. My background's actually in nonprofit management, which is a little odd for a beauty company, but I got to live and work in the Bahamas about 15 years ago. My husband's from the Bahamas, and at the time I didn't have a ton of environmental experience other than I'd lived in Boulder, Colorado. But because I had nonprofit experience, that qualified me to run an environmental education nonprofit. And I got to go to these beautiful places in the Bahamas, and I would find plastic. And I did beach cleanups with kids, and I would find plastic. And I would end up at a dump, and I would find plastic. And so I started seeing in a way that we don't always get to see in the States, you know, where that plastic bottle that I threw away was going to end up. And so I wanted to stop contributing to that. So I started carrying the water bottles and skipping the straws, but I could not find a solution for all of the plastic bottles in my shower, and it was making me crazy. And this was 2015. So we decided around that time to move back to the States, and I was ready to take a break from nonprofits, which is wonderful. And I'm glad that you guys are a nonprofit, but I was done with events and grants for after 20 years. So I decided to start a business and see if I could solve the problem another way. So we offer personal care, shampoo, conditioner, styling. We'll get into all of that, but in aluminum bottles. And then we take the bottles back and wash and reuse them. And then we had people that started reaching out, and they were wondering how they could actually offer that, which is great because the more partners, the better. So we started offering wholesale partnerships as well as bulk partnerships. So again, we'll get into all of that a little bit more, but that's a little bit about me.
Thank you so much, Lindsey. Welcome. It was a pleasure hearing all that. I can't wait to do our deep dive that we have coming up. But also, let me pass it over to Krisha. How are you today? Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became involved.
Hi, everyone. I'm Krisha. Thank you so much for having me. I am part of the Plaine Products team since 2019. I am Lindsay. I am in sales and I am also the in-house hairstylist. So I not only, thank you. I've been a hairstylist for 25 years. And so I kind of help bring that expertise to trying to, educate the salon community about our products and how they benefit, the environment. And also, we have an Ask the Stylist page on our website so people can ask me questions about their hair type. How can Plaine Products benefit their hair? I was actually Lindsay's hairstylist. I was trying to think, Linz, maybe 20 years ago. I'm
Yeah,
aging us a little
uh,
bit,
20 plus, 20
but I want
plus.
to say 20
Yeah,
plus years
yeah.
ago. I started as Lindsay's hairstylist, and we remained friends through the years. And I was on social media one day and saw that she had launched this fabulous company and wanted to know how I could be a part of it. So, yeah, I'm so excited to be a part of the team and such an
And
amazing company to work for.
we are so excited to have her because, as I mentioned, my background did not include styling products or any normal thing that a beauty company founder usually has. So, Krisha is our go to on ingredients and how to use products and how to talk about them. And we wouldn't know what to do without her.
I love that. Welcome, Krisha. We're so glad that you joined the Plaine Products company and team, and I'm so excited to be here with both of you. I have a question. I have two questions for later on in our segment, but I wrote them down so I won't forget them. But until we get there, I know that we have like people who might not be aware of Plaine Products, so I really want to do a deep dive and have you explain. What is Plaine Products and what all do you offer? How do you help the beginner stylist? How do you help the seasoned stylist? What do you have for suite owners? And then I would love to talk about wholesale as well.
Yeah, well, just to help us as a crutch, I am going to pop over to a slideshow and so people can see all the things that we are talking about.
We love
Um,
a visual aid.
yes, yes. So, yeah, as I mentioned, I'm the, let's see, can you see me? Is everything?
We
Oh,
can
no, wait a minute.
see the visual aid. Oh, there's the beginning. We can see
Okay,
that.
great.
And as soon as you start talking, we'll see you too.
Okay, super. So, as I mentioned, I'm the co-founder. I actually started Plain Products with my sister. So the two of us run it together. We each are good at different things. She is the designer and the scent person, and I am just the get shit done person. So, yeah, it's a good division of labor. Our whole goal is to minimize waste. So we take all of the containers back, we reuse boxes, we don't send you a pump every time. We'll get into that. But the whole goal is to just make sure that there is less waste in landfills. Um, plastic can be recycled, which is absolutely great, but unfortunately, every time it's recycled, it's downgraded. So it can be used once, maybe twice, but then unfortunately, that is still going to end up in a landfill. So we use aluminum and glass, all of which can be turned back into that original product without much quality loss. But we wash and reuse them as many times as possible before we have to ever recycle them. So we take those containers back. We have an on site dishwasher and dryer. So we get everything clean, sterilized, dried, and then refilled and back out into the world. And we also make sure that all of our shipping is carbon neutral. So we offset all of that with our partners. We are neutral. And you can see along the bottom of the screen some of our other partners. We are a member of 1% for the planet, which means we give a percent of revenue, not profit. I always like to point that out because a lot of companies say we give a percent of profit, which can be very small. We give a percent of revenue, which means all the money we bring in, whether there's profit or not. We're a B Corp. We're certified a B Corp. We are cruelty free and vegan, and we're a certified women-owned business. So as I mentioned, our packaging, we have aluminum bottles, gallon glass jars, and then 3.5 gallon buckets. So a lot of different ways to partner with salons and stores. Everything from just reselling the bottles themselves to using the gallons in the back bar to, like, actually Jacqueline has a refill station in her salon. So lots of different ways to work with you to reduce waste. And then I am gonna actually turn it over to Krisha and let her talk a little bit about the ingredients and some of the products more specifically.
Yeah, so all of our ingredients are sulfate,
Krish?
paraben.
See, I
Can you
can't
hear me?
see.
Can you see me?
Yep, we can see you and hear
Okay.
you.
Oh,
Okay.
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 I can't hear Krisha though, but if she's talking, that's great.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All of our products are free of sulfates, parabens, phthalates, silicone, palm oil. They are all vegan and biodegradable. A little something that's different about our products is that a lot of products are water-based, and our products are actually aloe-based, which makes them a lot more, hydrating for the skin and hair, shinier and softer. All of our products are color safe, which is fabulous for, hairstylists. All of our shampoos are color safe, so that's kind of awesome. All of our scents are actually plant-based and essential oil-based, so no, toxic ingredients whatsoever, even with, no synthetic fragrances or anything like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Krisha.
Mhm.
Let me just ask a question
Mhm.
because I'm so excited to I don't know, I can't hold this one back. So aloe versus water in the ingredients,
Mhm.
where did that come from?
You might want to ask Lindsey how they decided to
Okay, I'll say I'll save
use
that question
aloe
for
as
later.
a base, because that was, I think, really in the formulation process in the
It it
beginning.
it was, yeah. Sorry, I just stopped the screen share just to make sure that I could hear Krisha because I don't want to be talking over her. It is our original. We work with a manufacturer that focuses on natural ingredients, and we didn't want to create this amazing environmental package with no waste and then have a bunch of chemicals in the product. So we were looking for something that was super nutrient dense, that would add to hair and skin, that wouldn't cause problems when you washed it down the drain. So the formula is biodegradable, so there's no problem if you're using it outside or, putting it on your skin, but also washing it down the drain. It's fine. And we just wanted it to be as high quality as possible. So we went with aloe as the first ingredient.
That is fascinating, and I really just had to point that out because this is the first time in my 15-year career I've heard of a product company doing that. However, we can start the visual aid again, and I will let you go through the presentation without
No, that's
any
fine.
interruptions.
Let's see
Yeah.
if I can.
So yeah, I think we'll talk a little bit about the actual products now, the different shampoos and stuff.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Okay. So we do offer 4 different shampoos, and actually, I don't know if we have the purple shampoo on here yet, but our
It's further down. Yeah.
oh, okay. So we have rosemary, mint, vanilla, citrus, lavender, cherry, almond, and we also offer unscented, which is kind of amazing. As a hairstylist, I've always found it hard to find unscented, high quality, shampoos and conditioners and products. And I think that, these days a lot of people are either, fragrance sensitive or, have allergies. And so I think an unscented option is really kind of a unique thing to find, not only, in a high quality salon, grade products, but also, in a sustainable packaging. So I love the unscented option. We also recently launched a purple shampoo, which is kind of awesome.
Let's see. There
So,
it is.
as you know, Mikey, purple shampoo is amazing for blondes to help neutralize unwanted brassy tones. Um, and so that's another shampoo that we just launched, which is also fabulous for hairstylists to use as a tool in the salon, but also that your clients can, take home with them and use, as needed. I always say, a couple times a week or once a week, depending. But yeah, we have some wonderful before and afters. People are getting really great results to, combat that brassiness, unwanted, yellow and gold tones. So that is a fabulous product. We do, I think the company started with just shampoo, conditioner, body wash, but over the years we've kind of added more styling products to our line, which is really exciting, especially, being a hairstylist. So we have our hair repair, which is really a wonderful tool. It's very, very multi-use tool. It's basically a spray, very lightweight spray that you can use to mend split ends, detangle. It can be used as a leave-in conditioner, heat protectant. I really like to use it as a cutting tool while I'm actually cutting hair, especially after a color service to help detangle and add some hydration. And it does, it can be used as a heat protectant before using hot tools or blow drying to help, protect the hair. We also launched our styling gel, which is a great product. It's kind of a mix between a gel and a styling cream. So it's really nice because, you don't get that crunch of a gel. It's still, you can still move the hair. It's a wonderful product. Our sea salt spray is another one that we added recently. And that's to, enhance natural curls, add some volume. It's can add a little bit more grit, give it that kind of beachy texture, the waves that so many people love these days. Helps define the curls, great for men, short hair to help add a little texture, a little, a little dimension to the hair. And then we have the purple shampoo that I was talking about that helps neutralize the brassy tones, bringing out the nice bright tones and blonde, and also fabulous for white and gray hair to help kind of neutralize some brassy tones or some yellow tones that can come just from, environmental factors. So yeah, here's some before and afters of the sea salt spray. You can see that it just kind of adds a little bit. It's nice because it just adds a little bit of, texture, kind of that beachy vibe that people like. There's the purple shampoo before and afters. The styling gel. We also have a deep conditioner, which is a little bit more hydrating, can also be used as a hair mask. Comes in 2 different scents. We have it in our meadow and then in our cherry almond scent, if you need a little bit of a deeper conditioner. We also have our beauty oil, which is a fabulous product, another product that can be used for a lot of different things. You can actually use it on your face, on your skin, on your beard, on your hair, on your entire body. It's really amazing stuff, and it's just really kind of absorbs into the skin. It can be used on the hair, to tame frizz, tame flyaways. Also can be used as a heat protectant. Fabulous in the salon, for a scalp massage, increases hair growth. And then we also have a facial line and a body line as well. So not only hair, but we have body wash, body lotion, hand wash, face moisturizer, and face toner as well. So pretty rounded out line at this point. And we're always, thinking of new products and trying to stay up to what people are looking for and what people need.
All right.
You all are just a one-stop shop of awesome, eco-friendly, sustainable products.
We try.
I love this so much. And I always tell everyone the beauty oils are one of the most versatile tools in our salon arsenal, our stylist arsenal, because not only can they be great for all the things that you said, the hair, the skin, beards. But like one of my favorites, especially in the winter here in Pennsylvania, is cuticle oil
Hmm.
because our hands will just get torn up. So that is amazing. We did get a comment from our audience chat saying that they love the purple shampoo. As a blonde specialist myself, purple shampoo is pretty much an integral part of my services. So I'm so glad that you are including us, blondies and blonde specialists in there. But I did have a couple of questions if I can bring them to you.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about the aloe, and I love hearing that. I want everyone who's just tuning in or, maybe unfamiliar of how special of a product that is to utilize in formulations. To like aloe is aloe grows with water, so it is like a water-based thing, but it is packed with so many micronutrients that are great for the hair, and also like adding aloe kind of detoxes things that we don't want on our hair, off of our hair. So to include that in a product is absolutely amazing. Does that change like the efficacy? Like, do you use your products in a different way because of that?
Chris, I'm going to let you handle that.
Um, as far as what do you mean by use?
Like if I'm using the purple shampoo and it's an aloe
Yeah,
based,
yeah.
shampoo instead of a water based, would I use more? Would I use less? Would it lather? Would it not lather?
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm sorry. Yes. So, all of our products really are kind of, yeah, a little bit goes a long way. So, yeah, they are kind of like, I don't know if I want to say condensed, but yeah, a little bit goes a long way. We always say add more water instead of adding more product, especially like with our shampoos, and especially because they are, sulfate and paraben free. A lot of people, will always just add more shampoo, but you don't realize that you have to add more water to really get that lather up. So I always tell people just start with a little bit, add water. If you need to add a little bit more, yeah, definitely. I would say that the aloe does make them a little bit more, you know, kind of
Dense.
kind of dense, yeah, and definitely need to work some water to get a good lather. But they lather up fabulously though, really.
Awesome. I have been doing hair since the dinosaurs roamed the earth, basically. So I'm always trying to put myself into the mindset of somebody who might not be as aware as we all are about how to use the products or why it's important to use eco-friendly, sustainable, products in our beauty spaces. But with that said, I would love to like ask you guys, how would a brand new stylist, somebody graduating from beauty school or, starting out in a salon, how would they become involved with your company?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to become involved. I mean, we do have a direct retail site, but we also have a wholesale section. And we have Krisha here to work with everybody. And we want to set up something that just works for, each stylist, each salon. And we're still small enough that we can be flexible to do that. So, I mean, there are some that just buy stuff for the back bar. There are some that buy stuff for the retail shop. I think I mentioned Jacqueline actually also has a refill station at her salon where people can bring in their bottles and refill them right on site. So many different options.
Yeah,
That is
and I always make myself like very available to people if they want, like if they need help with a salon starter kit, you know what I mean? With like what's just a couple products to get started in the salon. And we also do like an affiliate program, which is awesome too. So we have a lot of like, stylists on social media that like to join with us, and um I mean, hairstylists love to see results. We like to see the before and afters. So, and everyone loves it, not just stylists. That's kind of like the proof is in the pudding of how our products really do work. So,
I love that. And I'm a huge fan and advocate of affiliate models too, especially with how complex the beauty industry has got it. And also like sometimes, in a suite or as a salon owner myself, the amount of brands that I love championing for their sustainability efforts, for their carbon neutrality, for their efficacy in their products, I would run out of space on my walls before I could showcase all of them. So the affiliate model is just something that I tell everyone to become familiar with. Not only does it cut out a lot of the, middle people, because sometimes it's just more than what's distributor, a transporter, a salon owner. So it cuts out a whole bunch of that, excess carbon from shipping, and it just lets you get the freshest products straight from the company delivered to your door with the ease and convenience of shopping at home. So I'm so glad that you offer something like that. Tell us a little bit about the once it gets to our salons for us to use, or once it gets to the consumer, our hair clients. Tell us a little bit about the recycling model. How do they ship it back? How do you go about sanitizing, disinfecting, sterilizing, and then the recycling aspect once it's can't be reused anymore?
So it's funny. When we were getting started, there just wasn't a lot of this out there. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how we could make it as easy as possible. And retail and wholesale, it kind of works the same way. So we send you, whether it's a gallon or a 16-ounce bottle, a product and a pump. And then when you are running low, you let us know, and we send just a refill, whether that's, just a 16-ounce bottle or a new gallon jar or a bucket. Switch the pump over all by yourself. It drives me crazy to have to just throw away plastic pumps. So you just can switch that over. Along with that refill comes a return label. So you send it back to us for free. And then we, clean them up, run them through the dishwasher, run them through the dryer, store them, and then send them back to manufacturer to be refilled. So it actually is, it's funny. It's a relatively simple process. Turns out that people used to wash things a lot until we all got into disposability. So it's not rocket science. It's just a little bit of work. It's a little bit of extra work on our part, on your part to get it back to us. But yeah.
I see. We're also talking about other things people used to do when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yes,
we must
exactly.
be we must be the
Exactly.
same age.
Well, it's funny when people are like, how'd you come up with this? I'm like, well, do you remember when Netflix had actual DVDs? I'm like, if you remember that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But then we also already know how old we both are if we know what that means. So
I was thinking of the milkman, so maybe I'm even a little bit older. I don't know.
Look, I tell all the young people. I just tell them that back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and all of
yes,
us older folks we're all the same age. We were just all alive with the dinosaurs. So
simpler.
that is awesome. Thank you for that. Do you have like a specific like third party company that you use for the recycling of the aluminum, or is that just like hopefully it's just the
Oh,
municipal
you know what?
recycling?
Yeah, it is the municipal one. There's a metal recycler that we just take them to directly, just because then we know that they're actually being recycled. And then we also, the warehouse is in Cincinnati, Ohio. So we have a metal recycler there. And then also there's a place called the Hub in Cincinnati that anything that's harder to recycle, like pumps that people send back or, wrap on pallets that we get or other things like that, we partner with them to make sure all of those things don't end up in the landfill either. So we're super lucky to have great partners on the ground. But as I said, the goal is, to keep the bottles, the jars, the buckets just going for as long as possible, because it is much less energy to wash something and dry it and reuse it than it is to take it somewhere, have it melted down, reformed into something else, and then back out in the world. So our goal is just to have as light a footprint as possible. And unfortunately, right now there is a lot of shipping, which is not great, but I sort of compare where we are with reuse to where like solar panels were in the 80s. Like, if you were buying a solar panel back then, it was a little more, it was more expensive, and, the infrastructure wasn't there, but you have to start somewhere. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with this, is we're just trying to build awareness and infrastructure for reuse and get people used to the idea. And then hopefully someday there will be washing facilities all over the country again, and it won't have to come back to us. But we've got to just kind of reintroduce the idea to people and get people feeling comfortable with it so that we can just keep building it up.
Man, this is crazy. People are going to think we got together beforehand and had a game plan because the segue. First, I want to remind everyone that the green beauty community is always coaching to the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And we always put reduce first because we do want to reduce overconsumption because it keeps a lot of the bad things out of our environment. But then we want to reuse, like the aluminum bottles, over and over and over until they can't be. And then finally, after we reduced and we reused, then we can recycle, hopefully in an effective manner like this. But the segue you just gave me is talking about scalability. How does Plaine Products, how are we going to ensure, because when you said you have, your on-site dishwasher, sterilizer, sanitizer, I was like, man, these women are just running around like washing aluminum bottles every day. So how do we, in 2025 or 2030, how do we make this scalable? How do we get this grow Plaine, basically?
Well, I mean, Mikey, that's why we're here. We're here to just help us let people know that we exist. I mean, the internet is a wacky, crowded place these days. And reuse is still so new. I mean, I joke, I don't even know like what our keywords are sometimes. Like, is it refill? Is it reuse? Is it return? So we're just trying to grow this movement and grow awareness and just let people even know that it exists. And it's amazing. I mean, if people are thinking about it, then they're like, oh my God, this is so cool. And if they're not, they just kind of get this weird blank look on their face and are like, why are you doing that? So it's exciting to be talking to you and have you be getting pumped up about it. But that's just what we're working on, is just helping, plastic is okay, it's amazing. I mean, it does amazing things, and we use it for so many wonderful, wonderful things. I'm not here to say that plastic is terrible. I'm just here to say that it doesn't make sense to use it for something that we're going to use once and then, throw it away. And once you start to think about that and see it, you kind of can't unsee it. So we're just trying to help people see it for the first time and then, make some different choices.
And I love that,
That
like, one of our motto is progress, not perfection, because I think it's so easy these days to just be like, I'm not doing enough. You know what I mean? But, and I've been with the company, like I said, for about 5 years, and I've seen just little changes that we've made, like we used to have like, printouts that we would send in our boxes, and then we started actually printing them out on the box. So it's less paper, less, you know what I mean? Just little things throughout the years. Our labels have changed. And I just love progress, not perfection, because it's like I said, you can put a lot of pressure on yourself, especially in salons. Am I doing enough? Am I composting? And it's just like, if you just do a little bit at a time, then it is making a change. So,
That is great. On these webinars specifically and in other green beauty community functions, I'm always trying to remind people that if we're on a runaway train and, it has a handbrake system, for a metaphor, if one person tries to pull that handbrake at 150%, they're probably not going to be able to stop the train. But if everyone on the train pulls the handbrake 5% or 1%, all of us collectively will probably be able to stop that train. So, like, Krisha, that was just an amazing way to say, like, just little by little. A lot of times, I have to put myself in a brand new stylish shoes, and forget the 15 years of eco-friendly sustainability, packaging, distribution, warehouse models that I know and have come to love and champion. But it's like, where would I start? What is that? And actually, I'm going to ask you, what is like a daily life hack that you would recommend from Plaine to share with our audience? Lindsey, I'll ask you first.
Well, one, I would agree with you just in the start small. I mean, pick a room, pick a place. I actually don't love the term zero waste because I think people like zero implies like perfection. And I think it's so easy to just feel like, well, I'm never going to get there, so I'm never going to start anywhere. Obviously, I mean, I have to say our products are a great option because they're convenience, and they come to your house. But also, I love a bamboo toothbrush. It's an easy way to get, a plastic out of your life and still have a great option. And I'm a big fan of the toothpaste bites. Those are two things that I have switched out and have never looked back.
Beautiful, Lindsey. Thanks for sharing. And how about you, Krisha?
Does the fact that I just love to go to thrift stores and I'm a dumpster diver count? Because I have been that way probably my whole life. I love secondhand anything. I love older furniture. It's made better. It's more quality. I love vintage clothing. I love, so I'm just like, reuse, repurpose, upcycle. I love to sew, so I will, take old fabrics from, I still have my grandma's fabrics that I will use. So that's something that I have always kind of just loved the aesthetic of. But, I really believe that, one person's trash is another person's treasure rather than going and buying new from, you know, different stores. Just pop into the thrift store, get something someone else doesn't want, you know?
That is awesome. Little life hacks as well, Krisha. And it's funny, somebody was just asking me this morning as well. And my love for eco-friendliness and sustainability has not come at the cost of any of the other modern day conveniences. So my little life hack that I'll share with everyone is use dark mode on your screens because it uses up to 30% less battery, so you can charge your devices less. So if you're watching us from your smartphone, switch it over to dark mode,
Oh,
charge it from your, at-home solar panels like I do, and you'll be making the world a better place.
I did not know that.
me either. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah.
We're here to share all the big beauty secrets and also some of the teeny tiny life hacks. Um, I have two a little bit offbeat questions, and then it, take these with a grain of salt. Um, Krisha, what is the craziest Ask the Stylist question you've gotten from the website?
Oh boy. Um, well, I think it's actually pretty funny because I said to Lindsay recently, I said, Lindsay, I think we need to like make it a little more specific, like ask the stylist about plain products because I get a lot of very specific questions from people, and I love you all. Keep the questions coming. I'm totally open to it. But I get a lot of people, and Mikey, as a hairstylist and as a colorist, especially, that I get a lot of very specific color questions that people ask me wanting to do their own color from home. And I just try not to cringe and try not to stress. And I just always say, please consult a stylist before you bleach your hair that has been, dyed black 4 times and red before that, and now you want to be platinum. Please just consult a stylist. So I'll just leave it at that. That I just have to, just recommend that they always consult a stylist before they color their own hair.
It's funny because I didn't even think that that was the track that this line of questioning could go, but that filled my soul to the brim.
That's the truth.
So that's awesome. Thank you for joining me in that little lighthearted question. And then a second follow up. What would you recommend for my hair?
Well, I would actually recommend the beauty oil for your scalp. Add some nice moisture, especially since you said you're in Pennsylvania and it's nice and cold there and getting dry. I would recommend the beauty oil. It's a wonderful product.
I will have to take your recommendation and invest in that. It's funny, when I started with the green beauty community, I had long flowing platinum blonde hair because as a blonde specialist, sometimes we have to create the niche where we want to exist. So I had this beautiful long flowing mane. I was Thor for Halloween. I was the Witcher for Halloween. And then, us hairdressers, we can't stick with one style for forever. So I cut it all off for a dance routine. And then I was like, well, I cut it this far, I might as well go even farther. So sometimes, even though I know I'm an expert in the things that I do, I feel like a fraud talking to all these, hairstylist people because at the moment I have no hair. But a good beauty oil is going to be and I just did No Shave November, so I had a big, full beard with my bald head. So a beauty oil is one of the most versatile tools. So I would second that recommendation, Krisha.
Yeah.
But here we're coming to the tail end of our live production, so I'm going to just start wrapping it up. But before I do that, I'll pass it to you, Lindsey. Is there anything that you would like to share that I haven't already thought to ask, or any questions for us?
Probably the only thing I should say is that it's Plaine with an E. So my sister and I share the same maiden name of Della Plaine. So it's kind of a play on that. And also, just as I was saying, a plain and simple solution. I mean, we're just washing bottles. So Plaine, Plaine products, and we're on all the socials and channels, and that's the website. So yeah, come look for us. Come ask Krisha some crazy questions, and just how much we appreciate you and having us and having this conversation. It's been great.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsey. And I'm assuming that's just at Plaine Products on all
Yep,
platforms.
on all the platforms.
Beautiful. And then, Krisha, how do we find you? And where's the Ask the Stylist?
Uh, you can find me on our website. You can go right to the Ask a Stylist and just click on my little face and ask me a question. Um, but any hairstylist, can contact me with any questions that you have about our products, about, use in the salon, about our, circular sustainability model. I'm pretty easy to find on our website, and I'm always popping onto social media as well. So
And
Awesome.
I should say I forgot. We have a little counter up at the top of our website, and thus far we have helped eliminate over 700,000 plastic bottles from going in the landfill. So that is something that we're very proud of.
That is astounding. You all are doing the divine work we all need. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Now we know where to find you if we need to get a hold of you after this live production ends. Um, It's been a pleasure having you here from everyone at the Green Beauty Community Foundation. We appreciate the work you're doing. We want to help you, champion it in the future. And hopefully we'll be able to have you back at some point in the near to medium future to see what Plaine is doing, with their company and business and scaling and getting everybody reducing, reusing, and recycling. With that said, I'm Metro Mikey on all platforms. It's Metro Mikey with two E's, and I'm representing the Green Beauty community today, which you can find everywhere at Green Beauty Community except Instagram because that handle was already taken. So we're Green Beauty Community Foundation there. But we also have our website if you need to get in contact with Plaine or any of our affiliates. And as always, we cannot bring you this amazing, intense, immense education and value without your support. So please keep tuning in. Please keep sharing content on all the platforms. And if you feel so moved, we are always accepting donations. You can find that at the link in the chat that one of our tech people will drop, and you can find it on our website, greenbeautycommunity.com. And we also have it linked to most social media platforms where you can link whatever we need to link. So again, Lindsey and Krisha, thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you in the future. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you all. Bye.
thank you.